Good day, learners. This is Sardison, your math teacher. I am encouraging everyone to please listen and enjoy our today's lesson as we are going to study about
how to determine the conditions that make a quadrilateral a parallelogram. So today we will be learning on how to determine the conditions that make a quadrilateral a parallelogram. Now when we say condition, this is a requirement that is necessary for a given statement to hold, or in short, this is also called a criterion. Now we have 5 conditions that make a quadrilateral a parallelogram. Okay, the first condition states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. Okay, it means that a quadrilateral will become a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. Now, what do you mean by opposite sides? Okay, opposite sides actually, those are the sides that facing each other. Okay? Now, to better understand, let's have an illustration here. A quadrilateral named LOVE. So in this case, we have side LO. This side here is congruent to side EV. In notation, we have side LO is congruent to side EV. And we have also this side here, OV is congruent to side LE. Again, in notation, we have side LE is congruent to side OV. For example, we have here ABCD is a quadrilateral. What is the length of AD that will make ABCD a parallelogram? Okay, we have an illustration here. This is quadrilateral ABCD, and since we are looking at the value of AD, and since we are dealing about condition number 1, and condition number 1 states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So the opposite side of AD here is side BC. Therefore, side AD is congruent to side BC. Then, side AD is equal to the value of side BC. Now, what is the value of side BC? Okay, very good. The value of side BC is 4 cm. Therefore, side AD must be 4 cm to make ABCD a parallelogram. Are you with me? Okay, next example. In this case, we'll be looking for the value of x here that will make ABCD a parallelogram. So since we can find x inside AB, so AB is congruent to side BC, because side BC is the opposite side of side AB. So after that, we have to substitute for the value. So the value of side AB is x minus 2. So we have x minus 2 equals the value of side BC is equal to 10. Okay, after that, we have to transpose negative 2 to the right side of the equation. So it will become positive 2. So the value of your x will become x equals 10 plus 2. So 10 plus 2, that will give you x equals 12. Therefore, x must be 12 cm to make ABCD a parallelogram. Condition number 2, it states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Now with the same figure, we have here quadrilateral LOVE. So since this condition is referring to opposite angles are congruent, so we have here angle L, which is opposite to angle V, So meaning angle L and angle V are congruent. So in notation, we have here angle L is congruent to angle V. Now with the same process, we have also angle E is opposite to angle O. So, angle E is congruent to angle O. Okay? Example, we have ABCD is a quadrilateral. What is the measure of angle C that will make ABCD parallelogram? Okay, so since we are looking for the measure of angle C, so we have here angle C is congruent to angle A because the opposite angle of angle C is angle A. Then we have angle C is equal to the measure of angle A. So the measure of angle A here is 112 degree. Therefore, angle C must be 112 degrees to make ABCD a parallelogram. Are we good? Okay, next example. We have to find the value of x here that will make ABCD parallelogram. So by just simply looking at the figure, since we are looking for the value of x and we can find x at angle D, so angle D is congruent to angle B because the opposite angle of angle D is angle B. After that, substitute the values of angle D and angle B. So the value of your angle D here is 2x degrees and the value of your angle B is 30 degrees. Then, the next thing that you are going to do is to solve for the value of your x. So you have to divide 2 both sides of the equation. So the 2 here will be cancelled out. So the value of your x will become 15. Therefore, x must be 15 degrees to make ABCD a parallelogram. Okay, for condition number 3, it states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if any pair of consecutive angles are supplementary. Now, when we say consecutive angles, these are 2 angles that are next to each other. And when we say supplementary, this means that 2 angles, when add up, will give you the sum of 180 degrees. Let's have the same figure. We have quadrilateral LOVE. The consecutive angle of angle L is angle O. So we have the measure of angle L plus the measure of angle O equals 180 degrees. Then you also have the consecutive angle of angle O is angle V. So the measure of angle O plus the measure of angle V equals 180 degrees. Then we have also the consecutive angle of angle V is angle E. Then we have the measure of angle E plus the measure of angle V equals 180 degrees. Then we also have the consecutive angle of angle L is the angle E. So we have the measure of angle L plus the measure of angle E equals 180 degrees. Okay, application for condition number 3. We have ABCD is a quadrilateral. What is the measure of angle C that will make ABCD parallelogram? So since we are looking for the measure of angle C, we have the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. You can also use the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle D equals 180 degrees because they are consecutive angles. But in my case, I will be using the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. Okay, after that, you have to substitute the values of angle B and angle C. So the measure of angle B is equal to 68 degrees plus the measure of angle C, no, just copy this one because the measure of angle C is unknown, equals 180 degrees. Okay, after that, you have to transpose 68 degrees to the right side of the equation. So it will become the measure of angle C equals, copy this one, 180 degrees. This 68 degrees here, as you are going to transfer this one to the right side, it will become negative 68 degrees. Then, the measure of angle C is equal to 112 degrees. Therefore, angle C must be 112 degrees to make ABCD a parallelogram. Now, for condition number 4, it states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if the diagonals bisect each other. Now, when we say diagonal, these are segments drawn by connecting two opposite vertices. Okay, when you connect vertex L and vertex V, you can actually create diagonal LV. And also, if you try to connect vertex E and vertex O, you can have diagonal AO. Take note that every quadrilateral has two diagonals. Now, these two diagonals here meet and intersect each other at certain points. So, let us call this one point A. Now, in condition number 4, it states that these diagonals bisect each other, and bisect means they divide each other into two congruent parts. In short, we have here segment LA and segment AV or VA are congruent. In notation, we have segment LA is congruent to segment VA. Then we have also segment EA is congruent to segment AO or OA. In notation, we have segment EA is congruent to segment OA. For example, we have here ABCD is a quadrilateral with diagonals AC and BD intersecting at point O. What is the length of OC that will make ABCD a parallelogram? So here is the figure. The unknown is the length of segment OC, and it is congruent to what? What segment? Okay, it is congruent to segment AO. Therefore, segment OC is congruent to segment AO. Because that is what condition number 4 states, that they bisect each other. That is why segment OC is congruent to segment AO. Okay, next is you have to substitute for the values of your segment OC and segment AO. So since your segment OC is unknown, so just copy segment OC. This is equal to the value of your segment AO. So the value of your segment AO is 4 centimeter. Therefore, segment OC must be 4 centimeter to make ABCD a parallelogram. Now for the last condition, it states that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Okay, based on the figure, have you noticed two triangles? Okay, yes. In this figure, we have triangle LEV and triangle VOL as congruent triangles. So in notation, we have triangle LEV is congruent to triangle VOL and not triangle
LOV. Why? It is because we have to follow certain arrangement. Okay, to better understand it, let's imagine that we have to extend these two parallel lines here. We will extend this one and also this one. Then we have this line here, which is a transversal line. In short, that this angle is congruent to this angle by alternate interior angles. So we have to write first L and this one V. And next we have this angle is congruent to this angle. So we have here angle E and angle O. Then we have also this angle and this angle by alternate interior angles because these two angles here are also congruent. Okay, application for condition number 5, we have ABCD is a quadrilateral. What is the triangle that is congruent to triangle BAD that will make ABCD a parallelogram? Okay, if you try to look at the figure, since we are looking for the triangle that is congruent to triangle BAD, okay, so we have here angle B. This is congruent to angle D by alternate interior. Then you have also angle A. The opposite angle of angle A is angle C. Then last is angle D is congruent to angle B by alternate interior. So we have triangle BAD is congruent to triangle DCB. Therefore, triangle DCB must be congruent to triangle BAD to make ABCD a parallelogram. And now that we're done with our discussion, kindly get your self-learning material and answer the activities that were given to you. And that's all for today. I hope that you enjoy learning with me. Have a great day, everyone. God bless.